What is going on YouTube? Hitterback making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Binance Coin, as well as the S&P 500. As you guys know, I like to do a different cryptocurrency here on the channel every single week with your guys' help. So definitely make sure to comment your favorite altcoin in the comment section down below, as I will be picking one to review in next week's episode. Whether it be your favorite or one that you just think is the most undervalued, definitely make sure to leave it in the comment section down below. More importantly, what we're going to be looking at in today's video is this morning I put out a video basically talking about what I thought was going to be happening to the market starting in the morning. I recorded it last night and I published it this morning in regards to how exactly we were going to be trading around, which is very interesting because I'd like to think that we actually followed through with everything that I said almost to a T, as we are starting to see currently in today's market prices get rejected once again from these strong resistance levels and downtrends, and prices are starting to once again reverse down lower with the same target projections as we've expected moving forward here on the channel. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the episode, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's jump into today's video. Alright guys, as you can see, top 10 cryptocurrencies, everything seems to be once again consolidating within this market. What a market, let me just say. So this morning we discussed how we're probably going to start to see reversals from these top resistances happen. Once we decide to retest that top resistance, we're probably going to start to see prices reverse back down to its bottom supports being about 30K for Bitcoin, XRP setting itself back down to about 50 cents, Ethereum to support at 1760, and Binance back down to 262. Well, as you guys can see, that's pretty much exactly what's starting to happen. It's very ironic, but at this point, it's just so easy to pretty much tell where exactly cryptocurrencies are going to be moving to. And it's once again another day of just annoying consolidation in the market with projected levels back to bottom supports. So honestly, where I anticipate the rest of these coins to move down to is back to bottom supports. And I do plan on getting ready very soon to be buying in and leveraging these cryptocurrencies to what could be a break to the downside. So yes, this video is going to be fairly repetitive, as most of the markets have been repeating itself compared to prior history. So as of right now, as you guys can see, top 10 cryptocurrencies, markets have been consolidating. We're only down about 0.48%, with most of the cryptocurrencies down, I'd say top 10 about 2 to 3% overall. But, you know, it gets more interesting than that. So when you look at XRP and you look at these other cryptocurrencies, XRP was the crypto that we discussed was kind of having a little interesting resistance level. So it seemed like we actually broke above its downtrend and prices were starting to reverse back upwards, which was an interesting concept. Now, the fact was, I was telling everybody not to necessarily dive right into XRP with the anticipation we swing back up to key resistance at the moving averages at about 87 cents until we see confirmation of the other cryptocurrencies basically verifying that the rest of the market is ready to move on up with XRP, as this could be a pump fake and you might get stopped out if you decided to buy into this really quickly. So here's what we have to discuss. When looking at these other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, we discussed that once we hit the bottom, we are pretty much set to retest top resistance at this downtrend right here. We discussed that if you were to buy in, which we did, and we consolidated it or leveraged this all the way up to top resistance, you would get a pretty good buying opportunity. Usually retesting price floors and price ceilings represent a good time to either buy in to leverage it to the upside or short it to the downside. So right now for the market, let's just go back last week, July 10th. When we hit this top resistance, this was a signal to leverage this to the downside with anticipation to retest bottom support at 30K, which is exactly what happened. We then discussed that if we were able to close the daily candle above support, we would actually be able to swing it back up to top resistance, retesting 32,640. And we discussed that if we close below that support, we could leverage this coin way back to the downside at about $20,000, which would be a big drop in the market. So what exactly happened? Well, as you guys can see, we closed above, which was annoying, but we did a live stream about this. and we were able to leverage this ever so slightly back up to top resistance, this downtrend right here. Well, as you guys can see, we're once again inside the lower high formations. We're inside the descending fractals. Prices are forming lower lows and lower highs on our verge to continue to correct back down. So this opens up another opportunity. If you guys wanted to, as an aggressive style trade, buy in right now to leverage this back down to bottom support at 30K, feel free on doing so, as most anticipation on these cryptocurrencies are now hinting and showing signs of another reversal and another pullback to retest 30K. And then we'll, decide once again whether we're going to break up off here or decide to close below and then see the big drop to $20,000 that most of us are, anticipating and expecting to happen to the market very soon. Now, I do want to show you guys a little bit about Nominex, as we did discuss this in the past a couple weeks ago, and I have another cool thing to update you guys about right now. All right, guys, so hopefully you remember when we talked about Nominex a couple of weeks ago, we actually managed to pool farm some cryptocurrency kind of to test the market and get better statuses when I do decide to actually trade cryptocurrency and buy it and sell it and so on and so forth. So as you guys can see, when I go to personal farming, hopefully remember we put in a couple $1,000s a couple weeks ago. You can see that I've actually farmed a total of 35 I would gather at this point, 35 NMX tokens, and there are currently 26 tokens unclaimed that all I can do is click claim or reinvest. And by putting in a total amount over a couple $1,000s, I've been able to refer myself to the elite level, and by doing that, you can see I've hit the $5,000 mark. By clicking all referral levels, you can see the discounts that I actually get included in here. So you can see that my trading discount is actually 50% off fees, and at some point getting to 10,000, I'll be able to get 100% off trading fees, which is good considering that exchanges like Coinbase Pro and things like that charge a hefty, and I mean hefty, amount of trading fees all in all, which is something that I don't want to keep paying. And if I can reduce, my trading fees here and there, I'll actually be able to save quite a bit in the long run. So I've actually managed to do that. You can see I have a total of 26 unclaimed NMX tokens that I can either claim and, cash out, or I can reinvest and make my assets in farming actually grow even larger. I also want to show you guys how easy it is to trade. And as you guys can see, hopefully remember if you just click on exchange here, but you guys know that we are in some sort of descending fractal on Bitcoin as well as Binance and all these other cryptocurrencies. So it's pretty easy to actually trade on this. One would gather that if, we're still in this downturn here and we want to hold on a little bit long term, we could pretty much assume that maybe if prices decide to drop here, and I'll draw it like this, to bottom support, and we get stuck here, we'll eventually break back up to about 40K. So for example, if you wanted to actually buy on Nominex, all you'd have to do, and you can see my trends that I've drawn here on Bitcoin's trading view chart, where we do have this descending fractal, we're at support and it looks like we're starting to break through. All you have to do is go over here. I have Bitcoin USDT pulled up. We click market order just like that. And then I can type in the amount that I want. I have $530 in USDT. I can click, let's say I want to buy half of it. Just like that, I can then click buy Bitcoin, and it's that simple. Because I chose a market order, it's usually immediately filled, and it's that simple. So you can see my trade history right here is currently, this is how much I've purchased in regards to Bitcoin. So very simple, and it's that easy, and it should appear in my wallet. So I'm going to pull that up too, just so we can see. And yep, just like that, I now have currently Bitcoin here, which I can withdraw as simple as this, typing in which recipient address that I want to send the Bitcoin to. And it's that simple. It's just another option out there for buying and selling cryptocurrency. It's more of an exchange, so definitely check it out. I did link them in the description down below. Otherwise, I do want to show you another, few things on the crypto charts. So to sum up the technical analysis with what exactly we're anticipating for right now, ultimately short term, I am anticipating another reversal right back down to bottom support to retest 30K. And it appears that now with the extension of the way these markets are moving to, I have a target that may last us all the way to about August 5th to August 6th at the highest point or the latest point in its time period. And this aligns itself very well with these other cryptocurrencies. Ethereum, with its downtrend right here, you can see another big opportunity would be to now flip and short this cryptocurrency back down to about bottom support right here at about 1789. So I'm anticipating now another rejection at this top resistance. You can see this bearish reversal doji is very similar to what we had back here July 7th, and it should reference a correction back down to bottom support And if we break through that, which we're anticipating, an even bigger drop to 1483. So with us retesting the downtrend and with us retesting this top price ceiling, I'm anticipating, if you wanted to play it aggressive, shorting it right here with a stop loss at the top resistance in case we decide to reverse back up, which is unlikely, but basically anticipating reversals back down to bottom support. And I honestly anticipate this to happen within the next couple of days. Corrections right back down to 1792 or about 1800. You can see this ends right about the 5th to the 6th of August. Also with Binance Coin, that same projection is already happening. It's actually happening a lot quicker than the other cryptos. We once again spiraled back up after completing a third retest of bottom support. We climbed right back up to retest top resistance and are starting to already correct lower at a much more aggressive rate than the other cryptocurrencies. And as you guys can tell, this closes at about August 5th to August 6th. So very in line, all these cryptocurrencies, but obviously this is what we're targeting. This is what's going to be having a big problem in the very near future as we retest once again the support. The longer we retest support, the bigger the chances of us breaking to the downside. Otherwise, S&P 500 looks absolutely great. We are just about to close today's candle, or I think we just did, and you can see once again a new all-time high. So if you're not in the stock market, I don't know what you're doing. I've also heard a quote from Warren Buffett is people within the stock market, or the stock market itself, does a really good time moving money from impatient people into patient people. Or a very interesting quote. But otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.